Dr. Blackstock, President Biden has warned that the Delta variant is a much greater threat to those who are unvaccinated. How bad could it get in areas with low vaccination rates? And then what would that mean for the overall population?
Hi, Alicia. Thank you so much for having me. I think that we can learn a lot of lessons from what's going on right now in the UK. We've seen a spike there in hospitalizations, especially among young people who are unvaccinated. They're winding up not only hospitalized, but also in the intensive care unit. And so if you translate that to the current situation here in the US, we have pockets in the Mountain West, in the Southeast of unvaccinated people, communities. And what that means is that we can have regional outbreaks with this Delta variant. And of course, because children under 12 years old have not yet been approved for vaccines, they are incredibly vulnerable as well.
Well, to that point, the White House is creating a national student corps to encourage teens to get vaccinated. Here's what one young woman told our own Heidi Presbula about what she wants to hear. Take a listen.
I feel like it'll take someone that we trust, an influencer, to tell us that this vaccine isn't going to harm us. I think they should, debunk all the rumors and the, conspiracies of how the vaccination is, quote unquote, harmful, or it will turn us, quote unquote, to zombies.
Zombies. Dr. Blackstock, how would you recommend talking to young people about the vaccine and specifically this new risk posed by the Delta variant?
I think that young person is very, very much on point. What we need to do is, especially with that young population, is to dispel the misinformation. So I love the idea of this student corps or a set of peer educators that you can encourage others their age to get the vaccine by dispelling myths about the vaccines. I think also there's a role for social media influencers, music and other celebrities to get on board as well. What we also need to do is make sure that we are getting to their parents, because we see that there's a correlation in terms of parents that are willing to get vaccinated will also get their children vaccinated. And finally, I think we need to, send this message to young people that they are still at risk, especially even if they get infected and they don't have symptoms, they could still go on to have long COVID symptoms. There's so much about this virus that is unpredictable, and we need to bring home that message to young people.
She is very on point. Perhaps she should be part of that core. We're very close, Dr. Blackstock, to meeting President Biden's goal of 70% of Americans with at least one shot, but nearly half of unvaccinated adults say they definitely won't get that vaccine. When do you expect vaccination rates to plateau?
I think what we're seeing the Biden administration trying to address access issues. So they're incentivizing small businesses to provide paid leave. They're increasing the hours that vaccination sites are open. They're providing childcare and transportation. So I think for people that access is an issue, those barriers are being knocked down. The other folks we really need to get to around, they're concerned about safety, they're concerned about fertility, long-term side effects. And so, I think that we still have some time, especially the next few weeks are crucial, especially with this Delta variant out there. If we can bring home to people that this variant is the most concerning, I don't want to scare people, but it is the most concerning variant yet. And people need to get vaccinated as soon as possible.